It's Pride season. Are you ready to show off your body loud and proud, or is a massive bush holding you back? Our sponsors for today, Manscaped, want to let you know it's time to make your pubes Pride Parade ready. Manscaped is the world leader in below-the-waist grooming. Prep for Pride with the brand new Lawnmower 4.0 and Ultra Smooth package. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code TAGS at manscaped.com.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? Well, radio has been called theater of the mind, so let's tell a story with sound effects. Wow, it's like I was in the story. Almost makes me forget this was supposed to be about saving big with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
What is going on? You are watching and listening to Tags Live, aka Talk About Gay Sex, the live edition. It's Wednesday night, so that means we are live, and it's episode 372. I'm your host, Steve V, alongside Cody Maurice Doggett. How the hell you doing tonight, Cody? Wonder Woman?
Freezing. Am I okay?
It's a little bit off, I have to say.
We paid the bill, so I don't know what to do.
All right. Well, let's just go on. Super excited about Wednesday night here. And little fact is I had the co-creators of Baloney, which is a San Francisco male burlesque, on the show recently, and they were really awesome. They have an upcoming show in July, but their documentary, Baloney the Film, you can follow them at Baloney the Film, is out now, and it's a great summer Pride kickoff to your Pride this month right now to watch them and what they do. It's all male burlesque. So I just wanted to remind everybody to follow up with my interview that it's actually out now. Sometimes we do interviews on films and stuff like that, and they're not even out for years later. This one's actually out now. If you listen to that episode, check that out. Also, in news for our show, we have an after show. So we recorded this week's episode 371 in studio here. It was so great having Cody and Lincoln in studio, but we also had Joe, Cody's boyfriend, and Peter in the house. So much fun. How much fun did you have doing that, Cody?
Oh, man, it was amazing. It's always good to be in house with my two of my favorite people, and we had such a good time. And I was suffering because of that class, but we made it work, so that's all that matters, right?
Yes, absolutely. You guys were great. It was, the energy is always different when you guys are here in studio. I love it so much. But we kept the audio rolling as we had so much to say because we were in person, and that means there's an after show. So we just kept the audio rolling after we hit end for episode 371, and that means we have an after show for you. We kept it going for another 20-25 minutes or so, had a lot to say about some other hot topics, and if you want to hear it, consider supporting and joining our Patreon page. It's where you can support Tags Podcast and get some extra special sexy perks like our twice monthly after show, or you can join and get our Discord community where, boy, we've got some hot topics going on in there these days. Somebody wants to join and consider joining OnlyFans. I'm not going to name names.
We got tips and tricks. We got everything
tips
in there.
And tricks. It all happens when you join and support our Patreon page. Go to patreon.com/TagsPodcast. All right. Well, let's get into it because there's so much to talk about, including our first. So we recently did a story that was kind of funny about men that are photoshopping their dicks online. It seemed like most of them were straight guys. I'm not sure, Cody, if you could tell in the pictures. But essentially, we talked about it, how a lot of guys were posting pictures on their social media, and their dicks were just a little bit plumper than maybe they really are in real life. I don't know that I was mad. Yeah, I don't know that I was mad at it other than it's false advertising.
Right.
However, in recent news, Riverdale star Cole Sprouse, he's a twin, y'all, posted a photoshopped ass pic of himself. And unlike the pics that we were talking about in last month's topic of the dick pics, it seemed like this was a joke, right? Because if you look at the picture, and I'm going to put it in our feed right now, you guys can look at it watching us live. It's like a female ass that he photoshopped. So it's clearly a joke. Many of his co-stars were having a laugh at it. What did you think of this pic? Because to me, I'm a little... the whole photoshopping thing, I'm known for a good filter here and there, but that's it. Only filters. I would never make my dick in a pic look bigger than it really is, because I feel like they're going to see, and mine really does look better in person.
Oh my.
Like
okay.
Well, I'm
talking about advertising, not false.
It's for some reason the way it's photographed, it's just plumper. You get the plumpness of my dick better in real life.
Oh my.
And I'm just saying,
we're starting off with a bang this show, aren't we? Good Lord.
We are, exactly. Well, what did you think? Let's talk about what did you think of him photoshopping his ass pic, but making it look like a female ass?
I was here for it. You know what? He seems like a jokester from his personality, from what I can see of him. He seems like a jokester. So I was all for it. And I really was like, whose mom is posting their butt with Cole Sprouse's face on it? Because it looks like a mom ass. It looks like she had 3 kids. She,
I mean, not 3 kids.
She's working 2 jobs. I don't know. But she's got to feed the kids. She's cooking some meals in the kitchen. It's cool. I'm okay with it. So, and that the butt crack is so long. I don't know what that's all about too.
When you have a mom ass, the crack is that much longer. It's like a bigger ass has a bigger crack.
I don't know about
agree
that.
with me? Yes, the crack grows as the ass grows. It's just science. Now we're getting
science.
But science dictates the larger the ass, the larger the crack. Look it up. But
okay, all right, scientist
I think it was a joke in many ways. I personally would never in a million years, if I was a celebrity like him on one of those shows, I would have a sense of humor and I would find my humor in other ways. I definitely would not do this. I just think people, if you read some of the comments, which we won't read to you here, that posted on Straight Up Gay Porn, they went for the twin factor, that he's like not, well, of course I'm telling you right now, he's not as hot as the twins, the Carver twins, which are really hot. They kind of went for the jugular.
They really went for the jugulars. That's vicious right there.
I just think, I don't know, I wouldn't do this, but it was just a little bit too awkward and cringeworthy for me. But I love the sense of humor, though. I will give him that. Yes. And I think when you are in these days, if you have a public persona of any sorts, you have to have a sense of humor and you have to not take yourself too seriously and you have to do things that are funny. This, to me, I'm not sure if I was really here for it, because what was his messaging? It really wasn't that funny, but it didn't pose him in the greatest light with the mom. It would be like if a young actress posted a photoshopped body of a dad bod on a young actress.
That's
hilarious.
It would
be so bizarre. I don't know.
That's so funny. I think it's so cute. Professor, maybe next time, Professor. I'm calling you Professor the whole show now, okay?
Okay, I like that. Blake says he got the impression someone else made this pic of Cole and then he just shared it. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one, because nobody, I don't think, would do this on their own. He got those childbearing hips in that picture.
Facts.
What does Blake say at the end while I go to the next story?
Says, you guys know about Ronald McDonkey, and I do know about, Ronald McDonkey?
No, tell me quickly.
He puts heads on top of other different heads on different celebrities' bodies. Like RuPaul, he'll put on Oprah, or Whoopi Goldberg, he'll put on a stripper. It's
I hate all that stuff.
It's
I don't like that.
hilarious. I think it's so funny. So I cannot.
It's a certain type of humor, and believe me, I have such a good sense of humor. It's just, you know, some stuff resonates better with others, and I don't know. That's not my kind of humor, but let's move on, because this next hot topic, I'm a big, huge fan of Michael B. Jordan. Who isn't? He was He was the sexiest man alive, according to People magazine, and I'm not arguing with People, but he's been in a long-term relationship, at least a year, if you call that long, with Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. They just recently broke up. Now, just so you guys know, there's a 10-year age gap in there. So Michael B. Jordan is about 35, and I think she's 10 years younger, so in the 24, 25 age bracket.
Okay.
They just split. What you need to know about them is how hot Michael B. Jordan is, really. And he's now single. And then he's now on the market.
Hello.
But the thing of it all, Cody, is they lived their life on social media like there was no tomorrow. They put everything up from when it was the holiday season. It was Mariah Carey's remake, practically, of All I Want for Christmas. It was so adorable. Everything they did was romantic and sexy, and them looking luscious and gorgeous. By the way, she's gorgeous too.
She is gorgeous.
Well, news just came on all stratospheres. And if you think I just keep up with gay sex news, I keep up with all hot topics. And this was gay Twitter. Every Twitter, Black Twitter, was going nuts about them breaking up, including me. I was like, no, they can't break up. However, let's bring it back to our news here is she scrubbed her entire social media accounts of anything related to them. So any of them holding hands, nothing. It's as if the relationship didn't exist. He kept it on. Do you think, Cody, when you break up with somebody, do you do this? Do you scrub it from your account as if you weren't with this person ever? I have a feeling you do. Sonny, I'm going to call you Sonny from The View.
Now I feel judged. Wait a minute. But you ain't wrong. I would scrub. No, I wouldn't even give it an hour. They would be gone from all social medias, but probably not for the reasons that you're thinking, though. I would do it not because I don't cherish the relationship and what we had. It's just the exact opposite. I feel like I would be too hurt to look at those pictures. Does that make sense?
That's another way of looking at it. Exactly. But
I feel like it would be private to me, and that I would want to hold on to the privacy of those pictures and not be hurt in public.
So for me, actually, two of my long-term relationships that were really good, I kept this is when Facebook was really alive and happening. And I did not scrub those images. I just didn't go on Facebook very often much anymore. Early on, I did, to see, is he with somebody else? What's he doing now?
You went away from a whole social media platform just because of you broke up with somebody?
No, at the time, I just didn't go on my Facebook as much during the early weeks, months of the breakup, and I didn't scroll through my pictures. I also avoided it too with one relationship because I knew when I did go on there, he was posting like, hey, I'm out having fun with these people. I'm having fun with these people. And it made me feel bad. And no, I didn't block, but I didn't block because I had such a good, if I looked back on it and I still look back on it, I had such a good relationship, good sex life with these two people, separate relationships. Now the one, and I had a lot of pictures, by the way.
Yeah.
It was maybe not as much as Lori and Michael B. Jordan, but I had a lot.
We can get into if you're ready to get into it.
So but what I'm saying is the one relationship that I was not into, I talked about it recently. It was this guy that really I felt wormed his way into my life, and before I knew it, I was in this relationship and I didn't know why, and I wasn't ever in love with him. We didn't take a lot of pictures together, probably because I didn't really want to. There wasn't many pictures of us to scrub away anyway, so that tells me when I'm really into somebody, I'm going to post it a lot. but I'm also not going to erase it because it was our story and it existed.
Okay, I see. And I counter it by saying, you have those pictures and you took all those pictures on your phone in a camera, what have you. So you have those pictures. You just don't need to have them on the internet for everybody to see. You can hold that for my point. Also,
But I don't agree with that. But good.
Okay, I get it. That's okay. And also that I feel like that would impede you and would impede any future potential love interest that you would have in the future, because they might think that you're still hung up on your ex.
I think social media is like a storyline, like a film. If you don't see that character anymore,
Mm-hmm.
it's because that character died off, and
Oh,
it's now, well, or just, or that,
damn,
or like, well, or it's just like life in a movie. Some people move on to somebody else, but to erase it completely as if it didn't exist means
what
that
happened to
I don't.
Samantha?
Those were precious times in your world and life. That
Yes.
clearly at one point you loved that person and you thought enough to post it. Now all of a sudden, just because it didn't work out, we're going to erase it and rewrite history. No, people in this world right now, all we want to do is rewrite history. And it's time to just take responsibility for that was my life. And if that person didn't do anything that horrible to you, but they other than you just didn't, you moved in different directions, they were a part of your life. Why are you going to erase them from that? Just don't go on there and look at them.
I believe in CRT. Okay, I feel like you are calling me a right-wing Republican right now. And culture who? No, I am not.
All right. Before we move on, what are the people saying, Cody? While I find our next topic.
So Blake agrees with me that you need people to know that you're single and ready to mingle. And Calidad, we already talked about how we are two Latinos that are gonna make everything into. We're gonna put that little Latin flavor on it. He says that early in his career, Michael B. Jordan was seriously propositioned by his. He doesn't know what happened though, and that was something else that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, really actually, you need to bring that up, Cody.
To the story. I've heard rumors, and I have seen. On rumors that Michael B. Jordan was gay. So that might explain why he appeared to rush things with Lori Harvey. So all of this is alleged. I'm not saying I know for sure. I'm not one of those gays that thinks everybody is gay. I honestly
we could hope on this one.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, it would be so great.
Yes. Oh
even if it's just for the videos, I would be okay with it.
Oh yeah.
So yes, I think that is a big reason why they were so visible on social media as well. It was a lot of it was. I don't know. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Anybody else saying anything else there? Because
many reasons why I keep my relationship photos private. I remember in the early 2010s when people would have a huge messy breakup on social media. This made me be more private with my relationships, especially in the beginning, which I definitely see.
Absolutely. Well, moving on, somebody that is not keeping things privately is one of our favorites on this show, at least mine, Lil Nas X, he's saying that he was snubbed by the BET Awards. He writes, "Thank you, BET Awards, an outstanding 0 nominations again." Then he writes, Black excellence, he tweeted on June 1st, of course, meaning Pride Month. In addition to the tweet, he gave further insight into his frustration, writing, "I just feel like Black gay people have to fight to be seen in this world. And even when we make it to the top, motherfuckers try to pretend we are invisible." 2021 proved to be a monumental year for LNX due to the release of his hit #1 single Montero, which we all know, the music video, and critically acclaimed debut album by the same name, Montero. Last year, he collaborated with Jack Harlow on his 4th top 10 single, Industry Baby. with a huge video for that. And even with all of these achievements, Lil Nas X has only been nominated for one BET award, and that was back in 2020 for Best New Artist. Well, he got rid of some of those tweets, but and BET, he did, but he has a brand new single coming out soon, and he basically says at the beginning of it, he's teasing it, fuck BET, keeps saying in the brand new social media post. And I don't know if that's going to be in the song, but he's certainly doing it, singing over his new song. BET did respond, and they said, we love Lil Nas X. He was nominated for Best New Artist, BET Award 2020, and we proudly showcased his extraordinary talent and creativity. They also said, as he performed Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus back in 2019, and his BET Awards 2021 performance was a highlight of our show. And they finally said no one cheered louder that night than BET. Cody, they also said that there's 500 entertainment professionals in the various categories, and that they, BET, aren't really responsible for who gets nominated or not. What are your thoughts on this? Because it seems a little bit, I can kind of understand where he's coming from, because he's Grammy Award winner. Yeah. Somebody on social media was like, oh, well, it was a pop album. He's like, no, don't get it twisted. That BET has categories for my type of music. So, and he clapped back at every hater that was trying to stand up for BET on why potentially he may not have been nominated. I don't know. What I was telling you offline is maybe BET, the network, isn't really responsible, but he might have something to say about the black performers in general that are all voting and nominating black artists that are primarily, many of them may be anti-gay or have issues with wanting him to go away.
Yep, I hear what you're saying, and I think you have. I can see how BET, and more importantly, like you said, viewership of BET would be uncomfortable with Lil Nas X, because I've experienced it myself, where the black community has a higher. I just read one of the comments and it just made me crack.
You got to read it, Cody. You got to always stay focused. Read it though.
I have to.
I don't look at the comments when I'm saying my point. I don't look at you.
I got so distracted.
I do not look at them because it'll throw you off.
Well, I had to acknowledge it because it was good. It's good. I'm gonna read it in a second. So yes, there's homophobia in the black community, and so I can see how this could translate to the nominations being what they are. It's really sad because he had such a huge year. This could raise BET's profile, and the fact that they bring up Old Town Road is just really out there. Like that song came out before he was even out. That doesn't even count as far as nominations are concerned.
And let me interrupt right there with you for a second. When he performed with the very straight
Billy Ray Cyrus,
and this is before Lil Nas X really was confident about his sexuality and putting it out there like we all know and love now. I mean, I'll never forget when Madonna performed Like a Virgin, and she really put it out there, gyrating in the 80s in a wedding dress and really like humping the ground, and it was crazy. It didn't stop. She still got her accolades and she still got some hatred, but not in the way that this seems in 2022, I might add.
It seems like they're purposefully excluding him from the club because the homophobia is palpable as far as I'm concerned when it comes to BET and these nominations. He should have got at least one nomination. That album is amazing. And it's so popular right now that there's no reason not to nominate him.
Fuck BET.
Oh.
Well, that's what he says. I'm just saying what he said.
I was like, are you on the track? What's going on over there?
I wish. What
So
are people saying before?
The comment that made me laugh so hard, is BET still relevant? I was like, oh, clutches the pearls.
I mean,
it just threw me off, and I was like, wow, that's a great question. And that was from Llewellyn Bell, and Kelly Dad says BET is homophobic, don't care what they say, and Little Nas X is rightly upset. I said I definitely agree.
I think he's right for calling them out, and he's doing the right thing. I think it's great that he is talking about these issues that are really relevant, about really specific homophobia within a community that we don't often talk about or even are aware of. So I think that's really good. I think it's on brand for Little Nas X to be outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
He does remind me, it's a totally different type of artist, but from the outspoken standpoint, he does remind me of Madonna in the early years when she was just had that kind of outspoken, unapologetic attitude. And it's kind of what we need in a queer Black artist, or just an artist in general. So he gives me, I just love him for all of that. I immediately am downloading that new song. And if anything else, BET might not be relevant. If he's getting Grammy nominations and getting accolades for the work he's putting out there, I think he should still call out BET.
100%.
Yeah.
The fact that he is calling out the hypocrisy is making me love him even more. I just want our community, the Black community, to show love to other Black people no matter what. Like there should be no reason in 2022, like you say, that there should be this disparity in the Black community. If you're gay, then you're not being supported. We're all Black. Like that is something that is so close to my heart. So I think that that's something that really needs to be addressed.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation that maybe not everybody always gets, that within our particular communities, there could actually be homophobia within the communities, that not, for example, all Latinos or Latinx people are all on the same page, or all Black people are all supporting each other. It's not the case always. And I mean, I think it's good that he's bringing up these really intricate conversations that we really need to the forefront. In pop culture, he's a pop icon right now. He needs to be writing this way, which he is, and he gives me life. So great for him. Shout outs to him. Yeah, I love him. And I can't wait to hear that new single.
I'll be the first. Let's get him on the show.
Oh, I would love that. Well, we have to definitely talk about two things that have been in the news. Texas, you sent me this, Cody, where Texas lawmaker proposes new legislations that would ban minors from attending drag shows. That's right. A Republican lawmaker said he wants to ban minors from attending queer inclusive drag shows. In recent months, conservative politicians, as we all know, have made it their mission to attack our community. On June 4th, the Mr. Bar in Dallas, Texas, hosted a family-friendly drag show in honor of Pride Month. The event also gave opportunities for young aspiring drag performers to showcase their talent, and it was a hit by all attendees. A viral video, however, from the show garnered unfavorable attention from conservative politicians, and in response, Texas Rep. Brian Slayton took to social media and announced his plans to block minors from attending drag shows. You know, that's so crazy, and we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. But in also news related to this, North Carolina also didn't even have the event happen. So in Texas, their event happened, Drag Queen Story Hour. So it's called Drag Queen Story Hour was canceled in North Carolina due to violent threats. So you guys, this is essentially been going on for a while in North Carolina. Pride Festival in Apex, North Carolina had to remove this annual event that's been going on for years, where a drag queen, as Cody and I were talking about it offline, is dressed not scantily clad by any means, is sitting in a chair with a book, and is with wearing a crown and is reading to an adorable picture of children looking with beautiful eyes at this drag queen as she
Can
reads
I
them a
say?
story. Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
say, she basically looks like she's from The Handmaid's Tale. Okay, she doesn't have any ankles showing. She's fully covered. There's
I mean, not that
no.
crazy, but yeah, right. She is free, and
She's a
yes.
glamorous Handmaid's Tale. I don't know what is going on. I don't know who she's indentured to, but she is looking beautiful. But there's nothing showing. There's no sexualization as far as that's concerned. So I don't understand. Continue. I really apologize.
I think what's just really sad, just to get to our points on these things, is the one in North Carolina has been an ongoing event. They didn't just create this the other day. It's been several years that they've done this. And I think it's really a great thing. The kids, many of the parents actually were so disappointed that it was canceled in general. They looked forward to bringing their kids to this. It was an entertaining, fun awareness moment for the children and positive, as well as Dallas, Texas, as well. That was going to be this great event that this local bar was, it's not like the local bar, Mr. said that they were going to be serving alcohol and doing Megan Thee Stallion performances.
Right?
They were doing a family-friendly drag show in honor of Pride Month. I wish I had examples of this when I was growing up. It would have changed my mind completely about, and my family and friends, about how important representation really is. In other words, we wouldn't have such stigma and homophobia if young kids only know hatred when we teach them these things. It's not like they learn it on their own. If you show people, so why is something like Mrs. Doubtfire, which was a film with straight actor Robin Williams and then made into a Broadway musical that just left Broadway a couple of weeks ago, why is that okay, and which is considered family friendly, but something like this and in Texas and in North Carolina is not acceptable, Cody?
Yeah, I hear you. And what I'm going to go a little step further and just say that I think it's truly appalling that this is the way that they're choosing to protect these children when children are being gunned down in schools. That is really, there's such a disconnect when it comes to that for me. These people need to really get their priorities in check, because their line of thinking is so backwards. I saw on social media that someone said they felt more safe with drag queens than with right-wing Republicans. And that really touched me to my core. I cannot understand how you can want to ban drag queens, but in the same breath, you need to let the guns go willy-nilly everywhere. So I'm getting very emotional and worked up. So I think I'm going to let you take it back really quick so I can compose myself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I 100% agree with you. I think it's just the wave that we're experiencing in this country right now of hatred towards, that's why Pride, thank God, this month is being celebrated around the country in really ways, because most of us have been virtual the last couple of years. I think this year more than ever, I'm actually going to go out to the parades and not march, but I'm going to be amongst the people, because I just feel like I want to experience what it means. I know there's the parties and all the fun events that happen that are always surrounding, but I think I just want to be amongst the Pride, the actual Pride celebration, and the march of what it's all about. Particularly this year, because so much hatred is happening around the world.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to see little kids and people with strollers, and it's going to make me happy. I don't want kids. I've never wanted kids, but I want to know that we've moved the needle a little bit in a positive direction from when I was a kid. It just seems like it's gone 10 steps backwards versus what you would imagine it should be going forward. And I know there's some great progress going on. I don't mean to be so down on it all. It just seems there's this movement of hatred that wants to erase and act like we don't exist. And honey, we exist.
That's
so
right.
Yeah,
I agree with you more. And it's really a shame that the same people that say they're trying to protect these kids, they don't want to protect them from anything that they're comfortable with, is my opinion, because they ask the kids, if they ask little boys if they have girlfriends, and they ask little girls if they have boyfriends, but so they're not uncomfortable with having the kids think about their sexuality if it aligns with what they're used to. As long as it's heteronormative, then they're not upset about that. It's when it comes to the kids actually thinking about things that are outside of the parents and how they think, that they start to feel uncomfortable with it. And when it comes to hiding and feeling shame, that's when the parents are really comfortable with it. And I think that that's really sad. I think that through the art of drag, these kids are really finding their voice and who they are, and becoming more comfortable with people like you and I, like gay people in general. And I think that that is only a good thing. People are learning about different cultures and different ways of being. So I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think that people really need to step outside of their box and really open themselves up to different lifestyles.
100% agree with you. I love that. Hey guys, your buddy Steve V here. Happy Pride, and boy am I glad Pride is here to honor the occasion. I took a little time to get ready for the month ahead. I'm hoping to get lucky this Pride season, and I got in the shower using some of my favorite products. I'm talking about things like the crop exfoliator and crop gel, so that I could use my crop shaver to really get a close shave. You know what I'm talking about. In the crack, in my growing area, all the important areas, it really did the job. But I also use so many of their other products, like the Lawnmower 4.0, to just get some of that extra hair under my arms that I don't like so much. They have so many products that really get me confident for the season ahead. Well, Manscaped is the only brand dedicated to the below-the-waist grooming, and their brand new shaving tools just dropped right in time for Pride season. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is now available in the US and Canada. What makes this waterproof trimmer different from all the others? This 7,000 RPM trimmer features skin-safe technology to keep your balls in check and has helped reduce manscaping accidents around the world. A new multi-function on and off switch can engage a travel lock created for jet setters. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. An additional guard lengths with sizes 1 to 4 let you trim to your liking. I love investing in the best new technology and advancements, and I'm blown away by the performance. The craftsmanship and detail on the 4.0 are next level. Did I mention this trimmer is waterproof too? In the shower or in the wild, and from your chest pubes all the way down to your ball fro, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer for you. Want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? Well, the Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. Come on, guys. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Seal the deal with the Manscaped liquid formulations. Before heading outside, I'm talking about the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant to keep you on your game in the heat. Then after trimming the lawn and whacking the weeds in the heat, give your beach balls a boost and use the Crop Reviver. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Get that close shave you're looking for with the Ultra Smooth Package. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code TAGS at manscaped.com. This is the perfect package for you and your perfect package. Again, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code TAGS, TAGS at manscaped.com. Prune your pubes for Pride season with Manscaped. All right, let's move on. I put a link if you're watching us live because I want you to watch just a little bit of the pictures that we're referencing. But recently, it didn't say where this stripper was from, but there is a Spartan stripper, so dressed up like a Spartan, who showed off his sword, and you know what I mean, his dick, in a strip show. Ooh. If you watch the video, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the video, Cody.
Oh, you know I did.
Okay, he's
this
so
was not
sexy.
The Handmaid's Tale.
This boy is so thick and juicy and just like what you want in a stripper. And he does this whole performance. The video lets you watch it all, where he takes off the cape and then he takes off the mask and keeps stripping away and ultimately goes down to a towel. And I remember doing towel dance. We called it the towel dance back in the day when I was a go-go, where you just like cover your dick. He goes to that, and it's not until the very last second where he actually reveals a super hard cock, which is beautiful. My. And then he leaves the stage. So my question for you is, okay, is this too much? Like I had a lot of thoughts when I saw this. So there's a bar here, one of my favorites, called what's it called? Anyways, Monster Bar has it every Thursday night, and they have a name, and I wanted to shout them out, but I can't remember it right now, but that's okay. But every Thursday night, they have dancers downstairs at the Monster Spunk. Oh, it's called Spunk. They just came to me. Oh, yes, I've been there. One of the things that I love about the Spunk dancers is they perform on a stage with lights. Often, many of them are great at doing pole dancing and stripping. Now, here in America, we can't obviously show the full D, which is fine. But what you always know, and what I like about it, and what separates it from what I was seeing, is you always know that after their dance, they're going to be walking around, and you have the opportunity to go back to a room. Now, mind you, pay $20 for a lap dance with them, so you at least get that idea that you can actually have a moment with them. It doesn't get me so hot and bothered that I'll, like, the last second we see a hard dick and then he leaves the stage. What are you blue balls galore is what you're giving me on that. I don't know this bar, if maybe that he is, but what were your thoughts when you saw that, and what are your favorite types of stripper dancers?
I mean, I love them all. I give love to all types of strippers and dancers and go-go boys. I think they're all.
Blake says it's never too much.
But go for the. That there's so many different body types on there, different go-go's of color on go for the gold. So I think that they're all amazing. So I particularly love, because I'm lived in, and I came out while I was living in Virginia, and we would go to DC all the time, and they would get absolutely butt naked. I'm telling you, all they would have on are socks.
DC, yeah, all right.
And for tips. That's where you put the tips, was in the socks. So I have to say those are my favorite type of strippers, because I might have even gone home with a couple of those strippers. I'm not saying I have. I'm not confirming or denying, but probably confirming.
I am not mad at that, because I think they're accessible in many ways. Now, we don't know much about this bar, on what this guy does. It's a city where he can expose full-on erections,
also
which is
in Canada
hot
too. Yes, that's where
Canada. That. So this might be Canada or Mexico or Spain. Is my guess. I just want to know that you can see them behind, a curtain. For a small fee.
And in Mexico. And I love that you know exactly how much it takes to take the go-go boy behind the curtain.
Well, my bank account certainly does. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about this conversation. But I was gonna say, yeah, in Mexico, I also took. Maybe it's a thing with me that I take the strippers home with me. I used to love doing that.
Yes, it's so hot, and I agree. Like I said, what are people saying? Yes, Blake said, I love that. It's never too much.
Yes.
So agree with that. Absolutely. Okay, well, let's move on because we have this story which kind of relates to what we've been talking about recently. There is a quote that no longer will I hire gay for pay entertainers, and that is by Falcon Studios' new head of production named Nick Fit.
Okay.
So essentially, this guy Nick Fit has become worked now at Falcon Studios, and he
Hmm.
wrote after LA Pride, after hashtag Pride, I firmly support protecting our queer spaces. I am in a role that can make a difference. No longer will I hire gay for pay entertainers to play the role of gay and bi models. I
Okay.
heard you loud, he says, and clear this weekend. Gay models should be in gay roles. Well, he may have posted that and had to delete that because the head of what's the firm or the
Falcon
Falcon
Studios. Yes.
Studios came out and said, no, 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 corrected all that. And we hire performers that are really good at their job, whether they are identify as straight, gay, or any other thing. We do not, because essentially it became, Cody, a human resources issue that a
Uh-huh.
lot of people were questioning, like, what do you mean you can't hire? I think he was trying to make a point, it sounds like to me, similar to what we're hearing in Hollywood of the conversation that you and I have had several times of should straight actors play gay roles, but
Okay.
that's Hollywood actors in
Yeah.
Hollywood, or may not even Hollywood films, just film in general, narrative film. Does it translate to you though, Cody, to porn, whether or not somebody is gay or straight? Do you care? And did this guy even have a point?
So I guess I'm here to die on the hill of gay people should portray gay characters, right? I was just thinking about it the other day, and it's the nuance for me. I believe that there are some experiences that have to be lived to be fully understood. And Jake Gyllenhaal portraying Marsha P. Johnson is just not going to do it for me.
But Jake Gyllenhaal in Brokeback Mountain was amazingly and touched my soul, as did Heath Ledger.
But did
They
he
did
take it
a
up the butt?
brilliant job. No, but they did such a beautiful. I think most gays would say, "Wow, their performance was one of the most beautiful portrayal of two gay men that have struggled with their identity
Mhm.
in that particular story by Ang Lee." Since you want to bring it up, it
Yeah.
was so beautifully well done in that slice of life of a story that was Brokeback Mountain.
Okay. I see what you're saying, but I do think that it was when we as a society only knew so much about gay life, like not us specifically, but the general populace. Back in what year did that came out, like 2008? And I feel like the society has grown so much and learned so much about gay culture that I don't know if that would be as as accepted or as groundbreaking as it was back then.
Well, we've had this discussion before. I mean, we could
Yeah,
go on with the brand new
we
movie
could.
that's coming out. Oh my gosh, two major actors, one gay, one straight, are about to play in a major film. Shouldn't have even said it because I don't have their names right now. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, the point being is we've had this discussion before.
Mhm.
And do you think that it matters for porn? Because it's a
So
totally, they're not acting
it's
as much as having sex on film. So they can have sex on. What's your thoughts on that? I
so
don't
for
really
me,
care.
attraction is very hard to fake, and half of the gay for pay guy can't even get it up in the scene, and that for me is a boner killer. And I'm moving right on to the darling. uh, for porn, I think it's very palpable when two people are into each other in porn, and I think that it pops off of the screen, and I can feel it, and it makes the scene even that much hotter, and that's what I want to see in my porn. So I think that I agree with Nick Fit, but I do see how it could be a human resources nightmare for somebody to say that they're only going to hire gay actors. I do understand that. But for me personally, I would not like to see gay for pay models in porn.
And by the way, the upcoming film that I'm referencing of the two actors, one of them gay, one of them straight, is Bradley Cooper and Matt Bomer. Kiss on the Maestro movie set, a brand new film coming out, and I am here for it because I love both of these actors. One is straight, one is gay in real life.
We should watch it and we should review it together.
I think Bradley Cooper, he's going to be playing Leonard Bernstein in the film, and it's going to be a hard portrayal of a film. He changes his look completely. I'm totally here for it.
Okay.
I don't really have problems with this at all. Porn, and I don't want to keep getting, because we've talked about this so many different times about acting. Our conversation really should be about right now about the porn. I don't mind it if they do a good job, like the porn company said. The porn company Falcon saying we can't ask on whether they do or not, but of course he had to say that. We can't ask on your resume whether or not you're gay or not. It's what your performance is like in porn that all we care about. And I totally agree with the head of Falcon Studios that says that. It's like, we don't fucking care if you're gay, bi, whatever. Just can you perform in this scene? Can you give us the cum shot that we're looking for? Can you portray? And if you can, great. We don't really care. We can't even ask that. And I think that's just realistic. So I think that guy overstepped his boundaries and tweeted out something that he should never have tweeted out, because they had to pull it down, and it goes against human resources and everything about how people hire. So he was an idiot to me, and probably going to get fired. Well, the head of Falcon Studios, I mean, you can't say stuff like that. You can't. Even if it's in our favor, I mean, you can't really say that. So I don't know. What
because
are people saying?
We wouldn't want straight people to say that about us. So I can see the point.
But it's also it's a legal thing you can't do in general. More importantly than whether we wouldn't want that or not, I'm talking about the legalities of it all. You can't say stuff like that.
Okay, all right. I see the point, but I'm just saying from my own
just
personal
the law
perspective.
What are people saying?
People are saying at the time we didn't have any major gay movies. Now we have more out gay actors, and we've advanced as a society since then. And Llewellyn Bell said, "Wait, is he playing a trans woman?" And I had to say no. I was completely exaggerating when I made the Jake Gyllenhaal and Marsha P. Johnson.
I know. Well, I brought up Brokeback Mountain real quick to keep it real.
And I fire right back at you, bitch. Okay.
Time to move on to a Reddit thread, and this one got my attention. I'm not sure if I'm here for this one either. I'm going to have to think about it, but I want to know what you guys think. They write, Grindr View Booster. Since when has Grindr been doing this? I just ordered a 3-month unlimited subscription, a guy writes, a few weeks ago as a way to get back out there. And I can relate to this because I did the same thing too. Remember, I thought that Grindr was free, and you said it was free, but then I don't know if it was free because I had to pay the 3-month fee, and I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm out $35.99, or I don't know, $39.99. But the guy writes, he ordered a 3-month unlimited subscription a few weeks ago. I mainly feel much more confident about my sexual persona than I ever have in my life as a 35-year-old gay man. A few days ago, Grindr has promoted that my profile gets more views for anywhere between €2 to now €10. Did you read that, Cody? €10? What do they mean by that? So neat. Okay. Anyways, he says, "I'm
Yeah.
frankly shocked this even exists." So this is a
Oh,
European
you can
guy. So
boost
it's
it.
this,
Yes.
but this is Europe. So
Okay.
sorry, that's why we're talking euros there. This
Yeah.
guy is from Europe. "I'm frankly shocked this even exists, let alone after having paid for the premium service. For what it's worth, I'm fine on the average interaction frequency I have. This just doesn't make sense to me. I heard that Tinder has been shady with queer people getting views there. I simply did not expect his terms, our app. Am I missing something?" So I didn't know that they did this. Did you, Cody?
I knew that you could boost your profile for a certain amount of time. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even if you
That's
pay for
so
premium.
interesting. Are you here for this? Because it's kind of shitty because the one thing so I got back on the app recently and you helped me get back on, and then I
Yep.
realized that you had to pay for it, and I don't know why, and you said no, you don't have to pay for it. I don't know, I couldn't look at any profiles without having to pay for it. So
Really?
yes, I don't know what was going on.
Okay.
Maybe I got the anyways, I'm currently in a 3-month subscription. And
Okay.
so but when I was in Palm Springs last week, a friend of mine said, "You know what, Steve, all you got to really do," and I'm going to take his advice, "is just
Okay.
turn on the app periodically and you will get people that don't even do much. Just turn it on. But turn it on at various separate times of the day,
Mhm.
and you will get people and you'll just end up responding to people, which is kind of what I want to do. I know that sounds a little lazy,
You
but
want
I
them to
think I
chase
might.
you.
Well, maybe, but my one friend said you don't. His experience was you don't have to do much. Just turn it on, and you'll get people. He's kind of in a daddy figure role. I've
Okay.
changed in the last several
Oh.
years, so maybe I'll have a different experience from where I was 5 years ago when I
Okay.
was on the app. So I might try that, but I don't know about this boosting thing. It reminds me of
Mhm.
Facebook ads that I don't want to do.
No, it just moves your profile to the front of the line. As far as I know, I haven't been on Grinder. Can you believe it's been almost 2 years?
I know I can because you're in a relationship. Yeah.
What is going on with my life? I think
But did you do that to find Joe?
No, I did not. He was so close to me that we connected very naturally as far as Grinder is concerned. So he just hit me up on Grinder. I didn't have to boost anything as far as anything that was concerned.
But let's talk with the real issue here. Do you think that Grindr is using its members
Mhm.
and are because they can't really guarantee just by pushing your profile up? Shouldn't it just be that I always thought it was about close proximity? Let's just talk about the issue at hand.
Okay.
Do you think this is a good thing or is it a cash trap that many people are falling for? Because is it really going to guarantee that you're going to meet that guy?
I do think it's a good thing, and it does increase your chances for meeting that guy. So yes, I think it's a good thing.
You do? Why do
Yeah.
you think that? Why?
Because if you are pushing your profile out there to get the better response from more people, and your profile is going out to more people, that gives you more of a chance. It increases your odds for you to actually meet that person that you actually really want to date. That's
But
how I'm looking at it.
I don't really understand how it really works because typically if you're it's all based on proximity.
Yeah.
So typically if you've been in a room or in a location for a certain amount of time, you're exhausting the amount of people that you're going to see unless certain new people come into the proximity. So if you set yours to 5 miles, you're going to get people within 5 miles. Now, new people might come into that proximity and you're going to get those algorithms. But what are we really pushing forward? Because the same people are going to see your profile that have been within your circumference within a certain amount of time. I don't understand the math, the algorithm, or how this is really a benefit other than it's a cash cow benefiting Grindr.
Is it like, okay, I'm telling 2 years.
No, but I haven't.
no-
No, but Cody, it's not whether I haven't been on it either, and I don't
Mhm.
understand. But I presented how it works. You just have to discuss how this, what you, we get it. You haven't been on it, but
Yeah.
what do you really think about it?
But I think it's okay as long as it's making sure that you get to the maximum amount of people. Is it like Instagram where there's a promoted person at the top of your screen? Is that what happens? I don't.
Well, I mean, we don't know. This is a Reddit thread. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I just think it's kind of trying to use our. I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. I would never do this. I think it's bad. I think it's fine that it exists, but I think it's Grindr trying to make more cash out of you after we're
definitely
already. This guy, just like myself, is already paying for a 3-month subscription to even be on the app. So now we're going to get to be boosted for what? For them to make more money and for it not to. I mean, they can't guarantee that I'm going to meet this person. And what is it really doing is unclear to me. And I say absolutely not. I would never do this.
So
just like I wouldn't go to that BBQ place that you guys wanted to go to the other day. Ever. Sidebar.
I was about to make a good point too.
Go ahead. Make
How
it.
dare you? That was a rude and not called for. So one of the first comments.
You better wrap it up because we got to read these comments.
Yes, we do. So one of the first is on their screen are from. So this person has actually promoted their profile. Yes, it does push your profile out there to people who haven't been, that are not necessarily in your central vicinity.
Viewers, let us know, into it or not into it. Would you pay for this or not pay for this feature? Then we'll do a little poll here. And if I mean, I personally just wouldn't, because I'm barely on the app myself and I just don't want to work that hard. I don't want to pay more money than I don't have to. I'm big into, I'm in a weird space, not even a weird space. I'm in a space right now where Gay Pride is happening in a couple weeks and parties are $150, $200, $100 over here. I am in a weird space right now where I want to connect with people. I don't want to spend much money. I don't want to stand in line. I don't want to spend more money on the apps than I really have to, because I really feel like I can meet and have a great time without. We've gone to the Eagle and I'll do all those kinds of things, but I don't want to spend over $100 on a ticket or on an app that's no guarantee. I do not want to stand in line. These are things that I don't want to do anymore, and I won't.
Me either. I don't want to stand in line either. But I think the question, as far as this is concerned, is, are you willing to travel? Because I feel like it's going to push your profile to people that you wouldn't necessarily see in your specific vicinity.
If they send a jet plane over for me, I will gladly travel to Dubai.
For $3, as they say, are they sending you?
I will.
You're a jet plane for $3.
If there is some champagne and a first class ticket on Emirates to Dubai, I will gladly travel. But there's stipulations. What are the people saying before we move on to our final?
Gosh. So Blake says he's so over the apps, he should cancel his subscription. Khalidad says he's not a Grindr man. Blake also says he doesn't know how it works. Junior says he's not paying shit for it. So
thank you very much, Junior. Yes, exactly. You were practically chiming in for it. Now we got to spend more money.
I'm okay.
And we get it. You haven't been on the apps in 2 years. We got that. We got that note from the beginning of the show.
I'm here for it. If it
some of us are looking for it still.
Well, spend $3 and you can find it as long as you're willing to travel.
I spent $39.99, I believe, on my Grindr profile.
I am not. That's too much.
In fact, I'm going to turn it on right now to see who's in my vicinity. But yeah, I'm just saying, we got to move on to our final Trap recap by Straight Up Gay Porn. Zach puts this out every week. Thank you, Zach, for putting this out. And this week he asked the question, out of 17 gay porn stars, who took the best photo or video? And our job is to vividly describe why on an audio podcast they got our pick of the week. Cody, who got your pick?
First, can I ask you, he's cute, right? But did you see Stoner Twink's mess? He's right above Boomer Banks.
Yeah, a lot of people don't clean their rooms when they do these kind of things.
What is going on? No, thank you.
Unlike Elijah Zane, who we found out is boyfriends with Raheem Shabazz. And look at his beautiful made bed in the background and the hardwood floor. Yeah, and he gets my runner-up. I'm totally into Elijah Zane these days, but that's not my pick this week.
My pick is Boomer. It's the little bit of cum on his lips that does it for me. It looks like he's in a hotel room and he just got done banging out a cute twink. It's just a mirror selfie in a hotel room, but I mean that dick just does it for me. So yes, that he got my vote this week. How about
Mine goes to somebody that I haven't seen, but I'm totally into. And I love to look at their Twitter profile after this. He goes by Juice Poppy. Love the name.
Ooh, yeah.
He's so juicy. He's out of Texas, you guys. He's got a juicy, thick black cock. And he seems to want to wear a cowboy hat all the time and a really thick, luscious mustache. I love his eyes. He's got a sculpted chest, and he pounds out the boys and his OnlyFans. And he looks like he's always got a smile on his face and a grin that makes it seem like, he's having a good time and he wants you to have an equally good time. So Juice Poppy gets my pick of the week. What are the people saying? Anybody else like anybody that you looked at there? Daddy says who?
Cody. I mean, hello, his name is Cody. He has to be attractive. Okay. He looks like he would be a lot of fun is what Daddy says. And Blake says, with a name like Stoner Twink, what do you expect? That dirty room.
Yeah, exactly.
Blake says I'm going with the video of Dan Evans. Okay.
I'll post that on TAGSPodcast.com.
Yeah. And Khalidad says Jack Bailey.
No, Khalidad says Juice Poppy
is good. But
Jack Bailey is his pick. Okay. All right. We all got our favorites.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks, guys, for playing on that. And thanks for joining us live. It makes the show so much more fun. It just goes by so fast. I love it so much.
I know, right?
You can always follow my co-host, Cody Maurice Doggett, as a life coach at at KMD Coaching.
Yes.
KMD Coaching. You're taking some summer clients, Cody.
I still have the one slot. So
okay, all right. And they get a free one if they want to try it out for one session.
One session, a complimentary session, yes.
KMD Coaching. You can follow him on Instagram or Mr. Maurice. Follow us at TAGSPodcast, at TAGSPodcast. And we want to thank you so much for your support and joining us live. Always so much fun. And in the meantime, continue having hot gay sex. Yes, honey. Yes.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing that commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle.